Quick question. I loved your story because it was all about unity and kind of talk to how stories kind of break boundaries and bring people together.
So my teacher taught me, said that when you talk to the people, you talk to their spirit, and that's how you're going to influence them. And so what stories does, it talks directly to the spirit of individuals. We're not talking to the intellect, or but that's what story, the power of story. It just cuts right through, and we talk to the heart, talk to the spirit of the people. And so, yeah.
What was your inspiration for storytelling? When it was was there a spark moment, or when you're like, I want to do this and share this with other people?
Shoot, I don't know, man. As far as telling stories and what inspired me to tell stories was probably just from hearing them. Sitting around the kitchen table, listening to my aunties, my uncles, my grandma, my grandfathers, and my mom, my dad, and just sitting all of them when they're sitting around the table, just listening to their stories. And then when I was growing up in Alaska too, our grade school, we actually had storytellers, from the Native community coming in and sharing the stories with us. And so I've always been around stories, listening to stories. I've always been around the songs and the dance of our culture and our traditions as well. And everything is about story. And so how did I get inspired? I mean, that's my inspiration. And then eventually I joined a storytelling group, Native Storytelling Theater Company. And we got to sit with elders and just talk about stories, listen to stories, and talk about storytelling and the impact of stories.
Storytelling is really part of your culture that you come from, right? What do you feel like has it kept that going for generation upon generation? Why is that so strong in your culture from where you come from?
Well, first of all, I mean, the foundation of everything is telling the story. But what kept it going is the stories need to be told. I mean, not only the traditional stories of raven, eagle, wolf, bear, coyote, mouse, or some of the spiritual stories of that are there, those old stories that are told, but also the stories about the struggles and what's going on with Native people, indigenous peoples in this land. And what happened? We're talking the boarding schools, the assimilation, the influences of the church within the peoples, and even the genocide of indigenous people in here by the government themselves. And so these stories need to be told because so many people don't really know about the history of, for instance, the history of the land that we're on right now. We're on the land of the Cherokee people. And so those are also stories that need to be told as well. And so when I told that story of unity earlier, and sure, I was debating, should I come up here and tell a funny story, it's always also fun. It's also to have fun, but sometimes these stories, the serious stories need to be told. These stories that affect all of us, and so I'll leave that. Sometimes I'll leave that to everybody else. I know all the storytellers here that like to tell the funny stories, but also these serious stories need to be told. The ones that are about life experience. So when I talked about the veterans, we all can relate to the veterans. We can all relate to children healing, and even our own feelings inside about our path and our history and our lineage. I mean, so many times, who are you? And so many people, we ask that with people, what's your heritage? And there's a hesitation to learn about who is your heritage? Who are your people? Where does the dust of your people come from? Who dreamt you into existence? And so, yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing your past and your present and where you've come and just bringing such a good moment here for all of us. So thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, great. Thanks for joining us. About to turn on some more videos, more stories coming. Stay tuned. You don't want to miss what's next to come.